now. This is D-Day. We have to show up today. So we have to show up for each other.
Manly powers.
Girls, we know we have a job to do today. Every single one of us. Lads, this is one of our very, very last chances.
Yeah.
We need to get excited.
Yeah.
This is there. Yeah. This is there for us to win. Yeah. Lads, imagine your first win. How good would that feel?
Yeah. At home.
At home.
Yeah.
We deserve it, lads. We're after working so bloody hard.
Yeah.
Every single one of us. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's go. We're total on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Now we had the opportunity to have girls come to an AIL team within their own club. And I think years ago you wouldn't have said that it was possible, whereas we've made that possible. And yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I'm Alex O'Brien and I'm the vice captain this year. Years ago you couldn't play till you were 18, so there was no underage structures here in the club, and I was 17 when the ladies team was actually set up by Cora Brown and my sister Caroline. So I trained with them for a year before I could even play a game. So I'm actually here since the very start, which is quite impressive, I suppose. So we're going now 16 years, I think.
My name is Cora Brown. I have been manager of the women's rugby team since its inception in 2008. When I finished president, I said, let's try and get girls going again. At that time, Sean O'Brien had come to, he was just at his peak, and Alex is his sister, and she was only 13, 14, and she lived in the club.
We have to talk about your brother.
Of course. When Sean started playing rugby, and I suppose he was very good at it, it became an even bigger part of our lives.
Sean's notoriety and his fame came, all little girls wanted to be in the club and all young fellas, so really an awful lot of the growth in the club was, in fairness, down to Sean. And it was the time the club was getting very vibrant, and we said, God, wouldn't it be great if we got girls going. So herself, her older sister and myself started saying, let's try it again.
Yeah, it was very exciting, I suppose, but at that stage the standard was quite low. It wasn't very good, but the improvement has been just incredible.
I think we played our first match in the November friendly against Wexford, and battered, bruised, and I'd say we were beaten about 60 or 70 points to 0. But they enjoyed it and came back for training that week again. So yeah, the rest is history, I suppose.
Majority of those girls are still playing, but I was playing with my mum.
Do you have any other kids other than Grace?
Yeah.
Do they all look like you?
No. Just her. Maggie Kelly, and I used to do a little bit of everything, I think. I used to help with the underage girls as well. That's why we introduced Grace to rugby. Then I waited until she was 18, so then I could play with her. So we kind of held off my retirement until then.
It was different. I couldn't get away with stuff that I would have wanted to, because she would have pulled me up on it.
She carried the ball a couple of times into tackles, and I was on the sideline at the time, and I kind of let her shout, "Let the ball off!" And she was kind of, "Okay, ma'am." So everyone kind of laughed, because everyone said, well, we were thinking about shouting, but we didn't like to shout it in. And then, like as Cora said, well, Mammy did, so I did.
Yeah, no, it was nice. It was nice to say now that I played with my mum. It's very rare, it doesn't happen that often.
And my mum and dad came, and they've never saw me playing, but because we were both playing together, they decided they were coming up to Division 2 title.
Naas against Etonians.
On the way up, I said to her, you score your own try today and I'll score mine. So on that day, I scored the first try, and I said to her, it's your turn now. It was near the end, injury time of the match, and whatever way she went under the legs and came out the other end, and then she scored a try, and we won 17-15 that day.
And it was the first win, like a cup win that I had playing with the women, and it just drives you to want more. You just keep wanting to win, keep wanting to play, just keep wanting to succeed.
Off the line, shut it down.
Yeah.
When we don't have the ball, we work twice as hard when we don't have the ball.
Yeah.
And the reason we do that is because we want the ball back.
Yeah.
We want to go play.
Yeah.
We don't want to spend all day defending. No one does.
No.
They won't want to.
My name is Paul Canavan. I'm the head coach of the Tullow women's rugby team. I wouldn't view it as I'm coaching a women's team, I'm coaching a rugby team. It's no different to whether I'm coaching under 8s, adult men's, adult women, under 10s, boys or girls. It doesn't make a difference. It's a rugby team at the end of the day. A lot of people around here wouldn't bat an eyelid over, so it's positive that way.
County Carlow is my name. My daughter Alice plays on the team, and that's why we track him all the time and follow him and give us great days out, so to do. And
Do you like watching women's rugby?
yeah, it's competitive, and some of the top teams are very good, and yeah, they bring a lot of excitement and stuff to the club.
Come on.
We've had a few extremely enjoyable years, but last year we were put to the test and we were delighted that we got here.
Starting a women's team here, I don't think being in the top division in the country was on anyone's thoughts at that stage.
And I know we were all part of it. Every girl that put on a Tullow jersey were still part of this AIL team.
It's incredible. You know, it's very difficult, the step up from our division into AIL, because it's such a high, different in standard, I suppose. But it's brilliant. Like, you're looking at these international women that have been on the telly and you've watched them over the years, and then you're actually playing against them. And I think it's taken for granted a lot of the time, and people don't realise that it is such a big achievement to be in Energia AIL, and we've done it on the hard way and we've got there.
It's brought us together closer as a team, especially after, like, with the injuries. It's extremely hard week in, week out to go back out and get beaten and get beaten and get beaten. But like, it's brought us together as a squad. We're unite, like, we're one.
The girls that we do have, like, there's 20 girls there and all of them are just 100% committed, and we're trying our best. We have gone to matches with 16 girls this year and we've still managed to compete and keep our heads held high.
What makes Tullow RFC special?
God, there's so many things that make Tullow RFC special, but the people in this club are just incredible, and anytime anything happens, they're the people that step up and they're the people that are around you constantly and they bring that positivity to you.
This team means everything to me, to be honest. They're like an extension of my family, really. They never leave any stone unturned. They'll give everything they have, and that's all I can ever ask from any team, and this team always answers the call, no matter what I ask them, to be fair.
Ready, Tullow on 3. 1, 2, 3. Tullow!